by our natural living guru, Janey Lee Grace, author of this, Imperfectly Natural Baby and Toddler, The Guide to Being a Greener Parent. And this morning, Janey's going to be taking more calls from you guys, parents, mums-to-be and dads, let's be honest, who want to live in a greener family environment. So let's just recap what kind of things people can call in with, Janey.
Well, yeah, anything really to do with living a bit more holistically. If you're pregnant, you'll definitely be concerned about your body and how you're feeling. And, you know, that's the time when you really do want to think about reducing chemicals in your life. If you haven't thought about it before.
Makeup, hair care, looking after skin and stuff like that.
Obviously, what you eat is very important. But, you know, and it doesn't have to be expensive either. We've been talking cheap versus ethical. There's lots of things you can do just from your kitchen cupboards, actually.
OK, then we've got babies, nappies, washing, how to wash things.
Absolutely. Again, you know, once you've had the baby, you've got all sorts of issues that you never even considered before to do with nappies and skincare, how water affects how the dryness of the skin. So many things to think about that can be very costly and costly to the environment. So we're looking at ways to be totally holistic, as natural as possible, but without damaging the environment.
OK, there you go. So if you want to work with Janey, maybe concerned or concerned about beauty products, what's safe to use, what's not, perhaps you want a chemical-free nappy cream for your newborn's bottom, anything like that, give us a call, 0207 173 5555. Do dial quickly, as I said, we've got loads of calls already. I just want to show a couple of this thing, first of all. This is either for the strangest-shaped baby in the world... head in there?
Yeah.
Head in there. So what is it?
It's like a little mini top, really, with sleeves and mittens attached. And it's called a little protector. And the middle of the word is spelled T-E-C-H, because what it is, it's made of very unusual material that has nano-sized particles of silver in it. So what yeah, exactly. It protects against MRSA, against C. difficile. So it's amazing for that. But more importantly, well, not necessarily more importantly, but probably more relevant for anyone with a young baby who's got problems with eczema or irritated skin, is because of the mittens and because of the protective effect, the baby can't basically scratch themselves, which is just so distressing when, you know, there's nothing you can do. And people put little mittens on babies.
It's a brilliant
idea. That's across their top as well. And it's the same material that's used on hospital uniforms. And as I say, it's got this silver thread through it. It's the only thermodynamic material. So it's a great idea, and it comes up to about age 8, and great for insect bites as well.
Something else I found...
You found it. Where did you find it, Matthew?
What is that, Janey?
That is, Matthew, a pelvic toner.
It looks like it's going...
And that goes exactly where you think it goes. But from a very serious point of view, it's let me tell you, while you fall about laughing, it's a Class 1 medical device, this. It's a pelvic trainer. You put a little spring in there, by the way. It's not complete.
Okay.
You'll need a little spring in there. Now, all women who are pregnant at the moment will know that we're advised at all times to be basically sitting on the bus or waiting at bus stations doing our pelvic floor exercises.
With one of these?
No, on your own. But when you're in the comfort of your own home, you can have the aid of one of these, which is... And it's a very serious problem, because Kegel floor exercises, they're called. Arnold Kegel developed them in the 1950s. And this is a serious problem, because so many women do suffer from stress incontinence after the birth of a baby. And that will help because you're exercising against resistance. Now, they do say that something like 80% of people who use these pelvic toners not only report better bladder control, something like 87%.
Love life.
Absolutely, you got it in one. You got it in one.
Do they do a male version?
They do. No. I hesitate to go there because it could also double as a paperweight. It's a kind of stainless steel job. But let's not go there, because we're talking pregnancy and childbirth.
Okay.
And seriously, it has great effect, and this is a serious problem, because it's much better to do it that way than start worrying about operations.
OK.
Trust me.
OK, I'll bear that in mind, should I ever need one.
Please
In the meantime, let's throw it to you guys. Let's take some questions, Corinne.
Let's go to Claire, then, from Warwickshire first on line 1.
Morning, Claire.
Morning.
Hi there. Janey's here. What's up with you?
I've got a 10-week-old baby girl, and she's got a really dry scalp, and looking really for sort of some suggestions on what I can use on her head to minimise the dry skin, but also so she doesn't lose her hair, because she's got a gorgeous crop of black hair, which, you know, I'd like her to keep, really.
OK. Is this what you call cradle cap? Is that
well, it can be, or it might just be a dry scalp. Obviously, if your baby's got cradle cap, I mean, I think I've mentioned this before on the programme. My feeling is, if you don't think it's affecting the baby, I know it's difficult to tell, but if you don't think it's got that tight feeling that hurts, then I'd actually leave it alone. But if it is cradle cap and you feel you want to remove it, then just a tiny bit of olive oil massaged around the head will do. But for the scalp, the really important thing is the water. Water is so drying. And I don't know if you want to point to the chlorine ball there, Matthew, the white ball. ball, yeah. That's a dechlorination ball, and it's a great idea to get one of these if you've got a baby, because it takes something like 98% of chlorine out of the water, and we just forget how drying it is. So that will help tremendously.
Can I just say, that cream, I know was it for bottoms?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it may be for bottoms, but I put a micro drop on my hand.
This is a baby solve for green people.
You could run a car on that for a year.
Absolutely. And but it has no petrochemical products in it. That's why it's so good.
But could you rub that in a head? Because it's the greasiest thing I've ever touched.
It wouldn't do any damage at all. Any of the natural creams and baby solves are good. But again, I would say olive oil as well. A tiny bit of olive oil won't do any harm either. And think about the shampoo that you're using, if you're using any. My advice is for when babies are only a few weeks old, literally for the first 4 weeks, I wouldn't bother with anything other than water. But again, use the dechlorination ball.
I want to jump in there because we've got loads of calls and times running off. So Claire, thank you very much for that one. Some interesting and I have to say very affordable ideas there. Let's have another call, please, Karen.
This is Louise now from Worthing on line 2.
Morning, Louise.
Hello. My 5-month-old baby is still only sleeping about 4 hours at night. I just wonder what you could recommend.
So sleep remedy.
Yeah.
OK, natural sleep remedies.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge topic, isn't it? And it's really difficult to kind of sum it up with just a couple of products. I mean, there's lots and lots of things to consider, but I do think a great book to get is by Elizabeth Pantley, which is called The No Cry Sleep Solution, which is a fantastic way of not being sort of, none of this leaving them to cry out business. I'm not into any of that at all, but this really helps you get into the rhythm of things.
Anything else?
In terms of kind of products, I'll just point to this, this is called a little sleep sack, if a camera can pick that up, and it's just a little bag filled with natural herbs and spices, which are completely natural, but it's just really gentle. And next to that is a little spray bottle of sleep essence. This is by Indigo Essences. And there's something really calming and gentle about this. These are just natural essences in a bottle. Won't do any harm at all.
I'm just quite interested.
Yeah, it's
I have
lovely.
A spray like this at home.
Adults can use it too. It won't do you any harm whatsoever.
My hands are so greasy, I can't take the lid off.
Oh, sorry, let me do it. Indigo Essences also make... Actually, I think it's because it's probably sealed.
Is it sealed?
Oh, it's a new one. I have to give that to you later.
OK.
But Indigo Essences also make candles, which you can burn, obviously, in adults' rooms, which smell beautiful. And they also make little remedies that you can drop into little bottles of water.
I feel like my nan. This is the kind of thing she'd do. I can't get it open.
There's lots of things you can do, though, Louise, in terms of helping your baby sleep.
Indeed. Good luck to you. My parents recommended whiskey, which, of course, is organic as well. But I don't know if it's strictly legal. Louise, thank you for the call. Let's have one more, maybe two if we're very lucky. Who's on the line?
This is Charmaine then from Kent on line 4.
Morning, Charmaine.
Morning.
Hi there. What would you like to know?
I'd just like to find out if Janey can recommend anything for stretch marks.
Stretch
marks?
marks?
I've gotten some really bad ones, and it's actually all over my stomach and my back as well.
OK.
OK, well, generally, when you're pregnant, as you know, you're incredibly sensitive to just about everything, which is why I really do recommend using natural skincare, natural hair care, natural makeup. It's all there. It's absolutely,
Is it too late for Charmaine? Because I do, when I've been reading women's magazines in dentists and things like that, no, but I do read a lot, and a lot of emphasis is put on caring for your skin while you're pregnant.
Yeah. Well, I would say when you're pregnant, it's just a really fantastic time to reduce all the chemicals. Just get rid of the chemicals because your skin's very sensitive. You can have allergic reactions to all kinds of things, and it's a great time to start. I did mention earlier your kind of kitchen cupboard remedies. Go to, when you've had a meal, when you've had a salad, when you've juiced something, use it then on your skin. Avocado is fantastic. We've got a papaya over there.
Manuka honey, I remember.
Manuka honey is wonderful for wounds, for open wounds. It's amazing. If you've got a papaya, you can use the skin. It has amazingly healing properties. Ginger, of course, for morning sickness. But back on the stretch marks for you. Coconut oil is the safest, the cheapest, the best moisturiser you will ever find.
And just rub it in.
Brilliant for stretch marks. Costs next to nothing. You can eat it as well, and indeed you should.
OK. Well, there we go. Listen, I'm almost beaten by the clock. I don't even have time to talk about any more of these products, so you'll have to come back and do it again.
Right, I'd love to, yeah.
Because there is some fascinating stuff to play with. Thank you, by the way, for all your calls. Thank you, Charmaine, as well. But that really is time done. My thanks to everyone who called in, actually, this morning. And, of course, an even bigger thank you to you, Janey, as per usual. If you didn't get through and you still want more info, do check out Janey's website. Details, there you go, on screen now. So, what about tomorrow's show? Well, my special guest is the Olympic athlete